tonight we begin with knees wide, big toes touching. Bring your sit bones close towards your ankles and walk your hands out in front of you, bringing your forehead down towards the ground. Child's pose. If your back is tender, you could always bring your knees a little bit closer together for added support. Take a moment here and notice how you are feeling. Relaxing and letting gravity take over. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more inhale. And exhale. Seal your lips. And begin to breathe deeply, expanding your lower back, your backside ribs, and your upper shoulder area. Exhale, emptying out and allowing gravity to take over a little bit more. Inhale, fills and expands your back body. Exhale, releasing. Begin to contemplate your achievements thus far after being able to take some action, noticing what has worked, perhaps noticing what has not. The waxing GIBBOUS provides an opportunity to pause and refine. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're walking your hands towards your left side. I've got all these candles in my way. Stretching your side body. As you continue to contemplate the things that worked and the things that might need shifting. Inhale, walking your hands through center. Exhale to your other side. Practicing patience and non-attachment to the goal or to the steps to get to the goal. Inhale through center. Shifting over to all fours, wrists underneath shoulders, and knees a little bit wider than your hips, your toes to remain touching. Inhale, bring your belly towards the ground, gaze and tail up for cow. Exhale, barrel your back body as you travel all the way back down to child. Inhale as if through water, float up to all fours. Exhale, flat back. Inhale, gaze and tail up. Exhale, taking your time and making your way down towards child's pose. Exaggerating that spread in your back. Inhale, floats you back up. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale for cow. Exhale through cat all the way down to child. Taking your time and moving here at your own pace. Taking a moment to refine this movement through water. Seeing what feels good. Maybe even trying a different pattern of breath than you're used to. Or even that IQ. So just really becoming confident in the choices that you make. The decisions of changing or shifting gears, pivoting. Recognizing that any project has a beginning, a middle, that tends to change and pivot. Just a few more motions here. I mean, these moon series didn't begin. I had a grander vision for a different program. And that wasn't necessarily going to be happening in a time frame that I thought that I had planned out for it about a year ago. And so just through refinement and meditation, just contemplation, this project came all on its own, and it was a lot more attainable and realistic. So just taking the time here tonight to really become realistic about your goals and aspirations. Begin to make your way back to tabletop. So joint stack, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. You could tuck your toes for a little added support. Plant your left palm and send your right toward the sky. Inhale. Exhale, weave your hand through. Pause here. Inhale, send it back. Exhale all the way down, this time coming down towards your shoulder blade and dropping your head on your mat. Option here to walk your left fingertips up and in front. Maybe your hand travels up and over. Exploring the range of motion here and movement. It's whatever feels good here. There's really no right or wrong when it comes to your achieving your daydreams. There's just more skillful and perhaps less skillful movement. Pressing the earth away from you. Inhale, rise. Let me adjust my wig before it falls off. Inhale, float up. Exhale, bring your palm down. Second side, inhale, left hand up. Exhale, weave it through. Inhale, floats you up, gaze up. Exhale, weave it through and come down towards your shoulder. Same options here. You could begin to cupcake your fingertips and walking your right hand out in front of you. You could even bring your hand up and over, just noticing how that feels from side to side. And just really tweaking, making this practice and this time about refining your movements, really becoming in tune with what serves you. Releasing any control of what you think should be or where you should be at or anything like that. And releasing any attachment to your perceived outcome. Pressing the earth away. Inhale. And exhale. Begin to walk your feet one knee print in between. Press into your fingertips. Press forward. Exhale slowly all the way down towards the ground. Shoulders travel down your back and your elbows in. Press into the tops of your feet so much so your knees lift. Inhale lifts you up. Baby cobra, gazing a few feet ahead of you. Exhale. Inhale. Preparing with small, manageable movements. Exhale for greater and grander accomplishments. Planting your hands. Inhale slowly lifts you up. Little micro bend in your elbows. Take a look at your left side, your lunar side. Perhaps figuring out or taking any advice here from your feminine, more lunar receptive side. And on your exhale, come all the way down towards the ground. Shoulders down your back, elbows in. Inhale, press up, cobra. Bent elbows, gazing past and onto your right side, your more masculine side, your solar energy side. Exhale, recognizing where you might have to bring balance. Inhale lifts you all the way up, gazing straight forward ahead to your goal and your accomplishment, your daydream. Exhale, shift down. Bring your hands wide, maybe even wider than your mat. My mat is quite big, so might not look like I'm out of it. Cupcake your fingertips. Inhale lifts you up. Spider arms. Exhale, spider, the master, web weaver, the creator. Inhale. Exhale. And also my spirit animal. Could be very frightening, but they're quite wise creatures and very diligent. Exhale. Very productive. Just maybe shifting here if that feels okay. Releasing your hands down towards the ground. Drawing and bringing your left forearm in line with your mat. Send your right toes towards your sit bones. Grab a hold of them with your hand. Once you grab a hold of them, bring your hips back down towards the ground. Send your left forearm in front and bring your forehead down for a quad stretch here. Preparing your feet for action and movement, so making sure that every part of you, physically, emotionally, mentally, energetically, is ready for the things that you tuned or attuned to, making sure that you bring your daydreams about. Maybe that's starting from scratch, and it's totally okay. And just honoring the process, honoring the journey. And slowly, gently release your hand and allow your foot come all the way down towards the ground. Bring your forearms to your sides. Spread your fingers wide. As you send energetically your hands back behind you, pressing into your elbows, inhale, peeling your chest off of the ground. First, and gazing ahead of you for Sphinx pose. If there's any tenderness in your lower back, press into your tops of your feet, lifting your knees. Inner spiral your thighs, creating length in your waist area, protecting your lower back. And activating your abdomen. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring your right forearm and grab a hold of your other feet. So your left foot this time. Once you've grabbed it, bring both of your hips down towards the ground, extend your right forearm and bring your forehead down towards the ground for a quad stretch. And just recognizing that sometimes ideas, even though they are meant to and want to come into the present moment, the timing just might be off. So some places where you receive red tape or a lot of stop signs or resistance, and at another time there might not be any resistance or stop signs or red tape. So knowing when to pause a project, knowing when to throw one out completely, and knowing when to refine and tune in and keep going is something that comes with practice, like anything else. And release your quad. Bring your hands out in front of you, press into the earth, and actually walk your hips on top of your knees, beginning to press your chest towards your thighs. A little micro bend in your elbows for puppy pose. Sending your hips high and wide toward the sky. All the way up to the waxing GIBBOUS. Inhale, pushes you up, and then bringing your hands all the way back. Taking a moment here to pause on your shins in Vrajasana. Close your eyes here. Take a deep breath in. And long exhale. Congratulating yourself and taking a moment to celebrate for all the things that you have already done, the steps and the courage that has taken to get you even this far. And if there's no refinement needed, that's totally awesome. Oftentimes though, any projects, anything takes a little bit of massaging for it to actually come into the physical realm. Just breathing into that reality, into the fact that sometimes the way that we envision things, we envision them with a lot of limitation. So even though our mind is so expansive and can envision something grand for ourselves, doesn't mean that we can't achieve that. It just won't always necessarily look the way that we think it will, because a lot of times those visions comes with shoulds or expectations and things like that. So just being able to release and trust in the process and refining and attuning ourselves as we allow our daydream to actually come into reality. Shifting over a little bit and learning, taking a moment here to refine. So coming onto your toes and spreading them wide. Coming back down and sitting onto your ankles. pressing into your toes. So at first it might not feel so bad, but it's going to get pretty intense. So if it becomes overly intense, you're welcome to shift over to forward and onto your hands. The other option is just to release completely. You are your own boss, so you do what you need to do to feel okay in your body. But I would definitely invite you to sit through this uncomfortability or the sensations that you feel in your body. Bring your hands with palms facing the sky in a gesture of receptivity. Maybe perhaps bringing your left hand down in a gesture of giving. So you have this gesture of receiving, but then also giving in your palms at this moment. Just breathing into the sensations that are occurring in your body. Patience is an incredible virtue, as it allows space for things to occur at their perfect timing and in their perfect way. So cultivating this practice of breathing through the happy times and the very uncomfortable times on the mat and also in the world. Slowly begin to shift over to all fours and give your toes a little little roll. Release them. They're free. Coming back down towards your shins, but this time pressing into your shins so you come up. Bring your hands to your hips, and the options are hips or your back body, shoulders down your back and elbows hug in. Inhale, begin to press into your knees, elongating through the spine and pressing through the chest. So the chest and your collarbones lead the way. You can continue to keep your chin tucked, sending your thighs in front of you, so really active here, sending your thighs in front, engaging your core, and sending your collarbones high. Gazing towards the sky. You can even close your eyes here. And gently release. So starting with small movements, and inhale, shifting up, maybe coming a little further down, and exhale. Inhale, come up here, and begin to walk your gaze a little bit further on the ceiling. So this thing is gonna fall off. If you could see the other wall behind you, you could even tuck your back toes. You could maybe bring your hands down towards your ankles. Once again, leading with your chest, and your chin could remain tucked, depending on how your neck feels tonight. Or you could begin to relax your head and neck for camel pose. Inhale through center, exhale all the way down towards the ground. Bring your hands to your sides and your forehead down towards the earth. Spreading your shoulder blades, creating space between your vertebra. Feeling the support of the ground below you. Relaxing any tension that might be present in your body. And taking a moment to breathe into your lower back body. Your next inhale, fill up your lower back body and your back side ribs. Exhale. Inhale, expands your lower back body, your back side ribs, and your shoulder area. Exhale, empty out. And one more deep, long inhale in. Exhale out. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press the earth away from you. Thumbs to your heartbeat. Taking a moment to journal anything that has popped up, things that you might want to refine in your goals or aspirations, things that you are on your way to achieving. Cultivating this practice of non-attachment to the outcome or the steps in which the steps that you would like to take and to get you to your goal, and also patience in just the process. Taking small steps to set yourself up for success for the grand final move. Namaste.